just a little after 9:30 in the morning. Just got back from going up to Mr. Wyther's farm, which no one was there again, but I took care of the animals. And on the way back, I stopped at the store to see if I could lease a windrower for today because it happened yesterday afternoon and late into last evening. Yep, the deal went through. The deal went through for the property and, well, all the mowing equipment that they had to make silage. The only thing that has not arrived here yet is the trailer to pick up the bales. So I'm hoping that I can get here. It doesn't have to get here today, but they couldn't fit it all on the trailer. Let's get out and have a quick look at it because we're getting ready to use this stuff this morning. So definitely needed something to mow the grass with, so we got ourselves a Kuhn 4-meter. That should go on the back of the T8 rather nicely and have no problem mowing the grass there. We got ourselves a Class rolling at 250 rotocut. So round bales. I don't mind doing round bales around here because this land is rather flat, so the bales shouldn't roll away at all on us. And of course we got ourselves a bale wrapper. Yeah, so the trailer should be here sometime today, they said, maybe. I just say maybe, they said it'd be here. But we did work out a deal. I was hoping for 70,000. We went for 72.5. So after selling the wood and everything yesterday, that's what we're down to. But they did go ahead and they transferred all the equipment over on their truck and trailer, so no transportation fees, and I didn't have to lease any of that as part of the deal. So we're going to get ahead and mow this grass today. I thought about trying to fertilize it and get all that stuff done that we need to, like soil sampling. I don't know if the field needs I have no idea any of that stuff, but it is the second day of summer, so I want to go ahead and get this done. So maybe I can get another, through summer, the grass will regrow and I can mow it again in the fall. By then, hopefully I can get all the tests done. So going into Mr. Wyther's farm, I'm not sure. It's like a couple days in a row now. No one's been around, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. But no time to waste. I need to get to work and get these bales wrapped. When I was at the store, they were wondering they weren't wondering what I was doing with a windrower and leasing one. But I said, I'm definitely making silage bales out of it. So they were wondering, if I had a nice little meter I could use to go ahead and get test the silage bales to know when they're fully ripened, or fermented, I should say. Ripened? But fermented. So yeah, there's going to be a handy dandy little tool for me when I get back up there as well. But hopefully the windrower, it's bigger than, well, I shouldn't say it's bigger than what I need, but I definitely want to put this grass in the rows because, I just want to cut the grass and then try to go around and pick up every little piece without having a windrower. So I did go ahead last night, cut a little bit of the hedges down with my chainsaw. Let's go ahead and unfold this mower here. Yeah, so this is all used equipment. Not really sure how many hours are on it, but man, I really need to start thinking about getting some repairs done on these things. Is there... I'm just trying to see if there is a swath mode on this, but I don't think there would be because it's only one mower, so I don't see that at all. Let's go ahead and turn that sucker on. So right now, as far as I know, the only place that I would be selling silage would be right over across the way at the BGA. The BGA is right across the street. How's this mowing? It's mowing it pretty darn good. The grass is fairly dry, so I'm going to have to try to pick this up rather quickly before it turns to hay, and we don't want that. I don't know how dry, it's kind of dry today. So I got to get this all done rather quickly. Because if it turns to hay, then I'm sure as heck not going to be able to go ahead and make silage out of it. Now I know Mr. Wythers was talking about getting some cows, but that was back in the springtime and I haven't heard nothing since. I just don't know where he's been for the last couple of days, that's all. But I'm keeping track of the animals. But the weird thing is, there was two sheds up there. The two sheds have been removed since I went through yesterday afternoon. So I'm not quite sure I know what's going on there. I know he said he's trying to redo the farm over. I'm just not really sure what's going on, but it's not my place to really do so. I'm just a farm hand up there that takes work once in a while. But my guess is, other than just taking care of the animals now until harvest time, I don't think I'll be doing much work up there. So I got to find work to do around here to keep up with the payments. I did a couple days ago make a $2,000 loan payment on our $200,000 that we have taken out. So I got a few more days to make another payment. I would like to pay it off as soon as I can. But the one thing I kind of do need around here, so hopefully I can start get paid a little bit more by doing a few more jobs. And now with some mowing equipment, maybe I can mow other people's fields as well if there are more around here. I think I've seen one or maybe two. So I'll have to keep track of what's going on. But the good thing is I do have a baler. So when harvest time comes, if people don't have balers, they want to make, they need straw or something, I can go ahead and do that. And this trailer that we're getting is rather interesting. I've not seen one like this before. But then again, I'm not that well informed on farming equipment, so probably something that's actually been out there for a while. This is not something I have seen. We'll go ahead and get our grass cut today, and then windrow it up as quickly as we can, and then, of course, bale it. Then I'll have to wrap it. So it's going to probably take me most of the day here. How are we doing here? Doing pretty darn good. Okay, this grass is fairly dry, which I'm shocked at because it has rained a little bit here in late spring, early summer, but not that much. So hopefully it's not too windy today where it turns us over to hay on me quickly, because I'll be not a happy person. But you know what? For the first job of the year on the grass, if it does turn to hay, then I'll just have to bale it, and maybe Mr. Withers will want to buy a couple bales because he does have sheep. But the sheep should be eating the grass in their own field anyways. But if not, I'm pretty sure I can find other people around here that may want some hay. But I'd rather make silage. So if I do get a moment in between this, after we get done cutting this, until the next time we mow, which might be, I don't know if I can get another one in, but I would think so by mid-fall. I would like to go get the soil sampler and just see if this grass field could use some lime. I would assume it's going to need some fertilizer at some point, because basically by cutting the ground is growing grass, and I'm cutting it and not leaving the nutrients in here, so I got to put some nutrients back into it for sure. So this is actually a pretty big grass field. Now there are some trees here, and after yesterday taking some logs up to Paul at the mill, boy, it's kind of tempting to want to cut down some trees around here that are on our lot and bring the logs up. Now I even thought about maybe even planting some tree saplings down, but I need the money now, and tree saplings are not going to be ready to be cut for a couple years. So by then I would hope to have the money that I needed in the meantime. But yeah, I do need to start collecting some cash. One, to help pay off the loan a little bit, but a shed. I would need a shed that maybe I could have like a little work area underneath, so I can go ahead and maintain some of this equipment. I don't know when's the last time it's been maintained. The owner did say it's the equipment's ready to go. It's ready to be used. But I don't know when's the last time it's actually been serviced. But I'm giving this stuff a go. This got dropped off last night, and I can't wait around for this grass. I mean, the grass is ready. So we'll give it a try. If the equipment doesn't work, then I'll call the farm that I bought it from and say, yeah, this is not working too well. Well, what's the deal? We did sign papers and everything last night, so everything has gone through. There was a lawyer present, so everything seems to be going rather well today. I did not expect to be doing it this quick, but the farmer was happy to get this stuff out of his farm. They're just the next county over, but like you said, for them to bring all this equipment over here and keep mowing this grass, it's the only grass field that they have, or had, I should say at this point. It just wasn't worth it, and the grass field wasn't big enough. But I said, well, what were they using this field for other than cutting grass? And they were feeding their cows. So I said, well, what are they going to do now? Well, they got a bigger field, and they're going to have a big Chrome M and bigger equipment. So this smaller equipment is not what they needed. So they were kind of happy to not have to go through a real estate agent to sell the property and the equipment. So they're taking that $70,000 and yeah, they're buying themselves a big trailer for their bales for their cows. They're just turning a big field into a grass field. Oh, and I still haven't heard from Justin yet on his car either. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. I mean, I did text him and said, dude, where's your car? Car's missing. I don't know if I should be informing the police about that or what's the deal. If I don't hear from Justin at some point today, I'll text him again. And maybe just inform the police that there is a vehicle missing, but I don't know if I want to report it as stolen. Because I have no idea. Not a clue. That went as well as I could hope for. Not having used an old mower before, it seemed to work just fine. Although it probably needs to have some of the blade sharpened and whatnot, but overall, got it done pretty darn fast, I think. Got a text message from the owner I bought the property from. The guy they were having deliver the trailer apparently could not find the well, I don't want to call it a farm. Did not know where to bring the trailer, so he dropped it off up at the store. Because when he got directions, he kind of knew the store was near my location, so he dropped it off there, and the store apparently said it was fine, because they knew I was coming today anyways to get the windrower. So my trailer should actually be up here to pick up the bales. I don't know if I should call it a trailer. It's not like a flatbed trailer or anything like that. So I cannot wait to try it and give it a good use. I don't know if I got to back up to the bales when I use it or pull up in front of it. Oh, there's the trailer. Yeah, he dropped it off there. It looks like that's my windrower as well. Well, it's definitely not something I'm going to pull up to. It looks like the bales I'll have to back up to load them up. I have to see how that works on out. Probably have to go inside. Have to go in and sign papers to lease this. So I'll do the normal thing of going and signing up this, but it's just a Kuhn windrower. Get those on up. And this should be my trailer. I mean, it looks like the one that was in the package deal. Yeah, I think if I back right up to the bales, it should, well, hopefully they'll slide right in. See how that goes. I think it holds about 5 bales, but I gotta go and sign some leasing papers first. Need to get that little stump out of there so I can bring my equipment through. It's a little bit easier. But not too bad. They're letting me lease this for just $150 for, well, it's about a half a day's worth. Not going to worry about trying to get every little bit of piece of grass, but it would be nice to be able to. Can't turn my back all the way around that way, but we'll see. Alright. Got a rough idea where I need to be. This thing zooms right along. I mean, if it's something I only need like twice a year, I don't know how many cuts I can get on this grass field. I mean, a new one of these go for about 30 grand. So, I mean, that would take me a lot of fields and windrowing to get my money's back worth on this for silage. So, you know, twice a year, if I can lease it for a half a day, $150 each time, that's only $300 a year to lease this thing. So unless I really come into a whole boatload of money somewhere, which I don't see myself doing anytime soon, yeah, I think I'll be leasing one of these for a while. Unless I can find it in the bundle pack somehow. Like with all this other stuff that we got. But I think the next step for the my land here is try to find like an open shed where I can just do some service work on my equipment and of course my tractor. A pressure washer would be good. Keep my stuff clean. There is a pressure washer down by the gas station. Yeah, just to, you know, a couple dollars here and there and throw it into the pressure washer and I can wash things. But I don't want to have to keep driving my equipment all the way down there, but it would save me a lot of cash on a pressure washer. I do go to the store often enough, so you know, it would just be weird that every time I go down to the store I'm driving, of course I drive the TA because it's the only form of transportation that I have at the current time. But I mean, keep bringing implements down to wash them seems kind of odd. But I mean, that's what the pressure washer is there for. And this is going to make my life a little bit simpler once we start baling up this grass by windrowing it. Definitely going to be a lot easier. It's going to be a time saver, so worth $150. I really have no idea how many bales I'm going to get out this field, and that's going to keep set in my mind that this is without doing any soil sampling and testing on the ground to know if it needs some lime or fertilizer. I would assume fertilizer it probably does need, but I did find out from the previous owner that they did mow this field last fall. So, yeah, it's not like this field has not been mowed in a while. As for the trees in the field after mowing it, yeah, it's not that bad. I think I'm going to leave the trees there. At least for now. At least for now. And as I was mowing, I was, you know, just letting my mind drift. Just trying to figure out, you know, what else could I do with this grass field? I mean, there's a few things I could do with it. I also could expand the grass field a little bit after I cut down the hedges. I mean, we have a lot of land right now where the cabin is that I'm not using at all. So after I cut down this hedge row here, which I might do, I don't know if I want to leave it there or cut it down. But I mean, I could expand the grass field into further towards the log cabin and just get, you know, more grass. Because right now, obviously with the loan I got, $200,000, it's pretty steep for having just a grass field. It's going to take a while to, you know, keep up with that income. And it's going to be hard to build up the farm when I can't take out much more of a loan. So it's going to be a while before I can do pretty much of anything. I mean, a shed, like I said, to do some repairs and keep my equipment under cover would be good, especially when winter comes. Don't want the snow and everything just piling on top of everything. I'm trying to think of other equipment that I could possibly get on the cheap side. So when I go work for other people, I can use my own equipment and possibly get paid more for doing that. Or maybe I could lease land myself, so if someone else has a grass field around here and they're not mowing it or taking care of it, maybe I can talk about maybe leasing the land or harvesting the grass off of it. If they're not doing it, anything with it, maybe just give them a cut. Get it? Grass cut. Give them a cut. Get them a cut of my my earnings. Maybe like, I don't know, 10-20% somewhere in there. I don't really know how that would work out, but something that I can look into as well. I mean, if I'm only going to really work for Mr. Withers in the spring to plant and in the fall to harvest, that pretty much leaves many days in between where I'm not doing much of anything. Especially here in the summer. And when it comes to making silage bales, yeah, with grass, you can't leave it up too long because that grass will dry. And then you got hay. So I better make sure when I do grass cutting days, I got it to where, well, I can get the grass baled up in a day and wrapped up. So it's good news that the trailer made it here. I mean, the trailer is kind of like a 2-for-1 in a way. One, I got something to transport bales, and two, I don't really need anything to lift it up onto a trailer. But I am going to have to back up the trailer to the bales, it looks like. Windrows have been returned. The trailer is now back here at the quote-unquote farm. Now it's going to get used to using this baler. Back it up a little bit here. Unload. And back to it. That's my second bale. Which is good. I mean, more bales the better. I don't know what to get for a yield off this field for amount of bales. I was originally thinking 15, but I'm not sure. I'm definitely not sure what I'm going to get for yield off this field. The baler seems to be doing a nice job with the windrower that we used. As long as I keep kind of a good center on the swath and the baler, I think we're going to be fine. Originally, I was thinking 15 bales, but I think it's going to be a lot more than that. Won't know until the final turn of grass is picked up. And then it's going to go ahead and bale it on up. Not bail it on up, but wrap it up. I'm pretty sure at this point that I have over 15 bales of grass in this field right now. I've underestimated how much this field is going to yield. It may even be, I don't want to go as far as saying double that, but who knows. I will admit, though, a couple times I'm so used to the automatic balers, but I got trained back in the USA. But having to stop when they hit 4,000 liters of grass in the baler and have to unload it. Not used to that, so a couple times I've been daydreaming here about, you know, getting a shed with a workspace into it. I did not realize the baler was full. So I had to double track a couple times, but nothing that didn't slow me down too much. 3 more passes and I'll be done baling it, and then I'm going to head and get these things wrapped. I feel pretty good though once they're in a bale. I think the grass will stay there longer than if it were just laying out in the field. Getting kind of used to the rhythm of the baler, how long it needs to unload, and then how long before it closes again. I really don't know what to expect per bale, but I mean, I've seen the prices at the BGA. It's not a huge amount of money. We're talking like 150, I think it's 150 pounds per 1,000 liters. So we're looking at, what, $600 per bale. Which may not sound like a lot, but if you bring in like 30 bales, which I could be doing, that's gonna tally up pretty darn quick. I mean, these bales right here may be enough to pay for a work shed. And I do like the thinking of that process there. Get all my equipment undercover, and some way to work on this stuff would be nice. It's all used equipment that we pretty much got. I haven't bought nothing new. Even this T8 we bought used. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but I did bring the T8 back up to the shop and had them, you know, go over it with a really fine tooth comb and said, you know, if it needs repairing or tune up, go ahead and do it. And yep, they charged me. It wasn't cheap though. It was $1,200. But they made sure all they put new belts on, made sure all the fluids were still tapped off when they sold it to me. They changed all the fluids before, you know, when I bought it, and we're all set there. But it was belts. There was like a brake line they had to change on it. They saw a little bit of a kink in one of the brake lines. Probably something from going up and down the field. I'm pretty sure like a rock may have jumped up and nicked it here or there. But I was expecting like 15 bales out this field, and I don't know how many exactly I got, but it's more than 15. So at $600 per bale, once we get them wrapped, yeah, we'll start getting our money back on this equipment. The equipment's going to pay for itself. It may take a while, but it'll get there. At least I have some equity into the farm at this point. It's not just a field with a tractor and a cabin. We have some equipment to go along with it. Getting used to the feel of the baler when it closes back up. Took me a while to get used to that. And we'll grab this little bit of grass here. I may have to empty this grass out of the baler because I don't want it sitting in there for days because it'll ferment inside the baler. That'll be a huge mess. I may just have to take this extra grass and just spread it out somewhere. Maybe toss it back in the field a little bit and get some fertilizer from it. Some nutrients. Go ahead and pick up this right here. That's good. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Lift that on up. And we'll close the cover. Now all that's left to do for today is wrap them up. And then they need to ferment for a little while. Yeah, but this equipment, you can tell it's got some, I don't want to say a lot of age on it, but it does have age on it. It's been used. Alright, so hoses, PTO, drop that off. And now for the baler. I guess it would be nice, I mean, I did see it in the flyer from the store. They have a baler that wraps it then, that bales it then wraps it. But you can't have everything. Maybe I shouldn't unfold it yet. Let me get through the... Do I want to call it a gate? It's not quite a gate, but it's something. Now all I have to do is just drive around, pick up each bale, wait for them to wrap, drop it on down. It should take about 2 or 3 days for these to ferment. But I think I'm probably going to take the rest of the day. I'll be here wrapping these on up. Because it does take a few minutes or two just to get one bale done. I'm fine with that because we're going to, bring in a whole bunch of cash for ourselves in a couple days. But it is going to take me a few hours for sure. So I'll probably just do maybe like half the bales, stop for lunch, come back and do it again. At least I had a nice sunny day to go ahead and do this. It's not that bad of a day. And the good news is the grass did not turn to hay, so I should be all set. I just need to wrap these up, and then maybe in the day, maybe tomorrow. Yeah, probably tomorrow. Give that trailer a try and see how it picks up these bales. I think it holds 5 bales at a time, so I'll have to pick them up and store them, or I can just leave them here in the grass field for now and pick them up until they're ready for set. Until they're ready to be sold, and I only have to load them up once. That might be my best bet. Now, I just need to sit here and wait for this thing to do its job.